Go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the To Be Brutally Honest show. We're back. Payne Schultz, the return. Parker Drummond, thumb guy. Maddie. I don't know why he's got that shirt on. It's got meats on the back, apparently. So
Maddie
that's good.
Matheson.
Maddie
You have the
Matheson?
meats.
Yeah.
That's a name. Maddie Matheson. Look at that.
That's
Should I
like
go on?
what's the American Idol guy? He had the same name like twice.
Oh, Philip Phillips.
Philip Phillips, yeah.
Yeah, he goes a legend. Big fan of that guy. Yeah, so we're back. We took a little hiatus. Got a little crazy in the world.
But like all great things, become running back.
That's right. So, Parker, we saw a tweet earlier. I don't know if you saw it. We're starting off hot with wrestling. Just fun fact. We saw a tweet earlier, a couple days ago. Greatest wrestler of all time. It was a picture of The Rock, Steve Austin, and John Cena. So, Parker, who's your GOAT? Explain why. All that good stuff. And if you say John Cena, you're wrong. So.
Yeah, it's not John Cena.
He's
Okay.
back there. He is.
Fun fact. Okay, well, so I guess I didn't really know Connor Ton back then, but I feel like as of right now, I was the big wrestling guy in this
No,
group.
that's just not
Well,
accurate.
okay, maybe Connor was. I don't know. Were you into wrestling?
Yes.
Okay, I went to 2 SummerSlams. So,
That's right.
but
Well, I can't compete
yeah,
with that.
they're both severely underwhelming. Looks a lot
Yeah.
better on TV. So, in terms of coolest wrestler, out of that list, I take Stone Cold just because, like, guy's a savage. I mean, he stays quiet, keeps to himself, but he only emerges, like, now for, like, just the most savage moments.
Is that why? Because of his Twitter? Is that why he's your favorite wrestler? Is that why?
Well, no. No. Give me a sec. I never said he's my favorite wrestler. Just out of that list. If we're expanding, I don't know how he wasn't on that list, but Shawn Michaels, savage, perennial bad boy.
Yes. Yes.
AKA,
That's not.
that's Daniel Bryan.
I thought that's him.
No.
Nope.
Oh, damn.
Get it
I'm
together.
I'm not the wrestling expert here.
Can't
Get
go
it
wrong
together.
with little sweet chin music. I mean, my personal favorite like match of all time, Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. I think it was no holds barred. Boy, oh boy, that boy went on forever. Love that.
That's not even Shawn Michaels' best match. That's fine.
What?
It's not even Shawn Michaels' best match.
Okay, well,
The one versus Ric Flair was better.
okay, well, where he says sorry, and then
Yeah, and he gives him some sweet chin music. It's like the passing of the torch.
well, I'm just as of right now, I'm struggling as to why he wasn't on that list because he's the absolute man. But out of that list, I pick Stone Cold, even though you can't go wrong with a little bit of Rock. So, yeah, go for it.
Want me to go?
No, I'll go. Because your take is, I already know, is going to be bad because it's just foolish.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Parker, do you think that Stone Cold is better than The Rock? Is that what you think?
Well, okay.
It doesn't matter what you think. Oh, got him.
Saw that coming a mile away.
I got him.
I did.
I knew you were going to see it. That's why I disrespected you right there. The Rock is the greatest of all time. He has too many catchphrases. He has 2 finishing moves. How many finishing moves does Stone Cold Steve Austin have? 1. How many does John Cena have? 1.
5 knuckle shuffle.
Oh, my. That move stinks. You have the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment, the people's elbow, and you have a rock bottom? Are you kidding?
Had.
I mean, if you're gonna say 5 knuckle shuffle is not a finishing move, the
We went from
people's elbow isn't a finishing move.
what?
It's not.
Yes,
Rock
it
bottom
is.
is. No, it isn't.
What?
The only people it beat were just the weak people.
The people's elbow is the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment.
No,
You
it's
can't
not.
say it's not a finishing move if it has that name.
Can't argue with that
Not a
one.
finishing move.
It is a finishing move. The dude's laying on the ground, then he gives him the people's elbow, and then he pins him every time.
No, that's not how it goes.
That it.
Yeah, I think it is.
That is
Oh,
how
why
it
don't-
goes.
Okay, well, you see, I came onto the wrestling scene after The Rock and Stone Cold were just out
Yeah,
of there.
you came at a bad time.
So, yeah, I came out at a bad time. So I guess I can't really talk on this. It's the only person I can talk on is John Cena, but he's not the best.
See, we
So-
went from The Rock, the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, to like the Cold and Powerful Austin 316, what all that good stuff. To you can't see me. Like that's lame.
What do you
So
mean
John
that's
Cena-
lame?
It's lame. Everybody can see you. Like you're wearing a bright orange shirt.
I couldn't. I'm colorblind.
Yeah, but you get it. It's still a bright color.
Are we ready for me to go yet? I'm
What's
just
going
waiting
on?
in the wing.
What's going on here? We got some
I mean,
lawn work
if we
going
were-
on.
Well,
Yeah,
the right answer there is one right answer to this.
Okay, go for it.
That's all I gotta say. It's John Cena. You can't see him. He's the guy. He is. The correct answer is like who's the GOAT? It's probably Ric Flair. Probably the most impactful wrestler of all time. Kind of got wrestling on the main stage before other people. Like, what do you mean? No, he was before The Rock or Stone Cold.
Hulk Hogan doesn't exist.
The Undertaker.
Okay, yeah, Hulk Hogan. I would agree with them too. So
No.
you want to go the duo, kind of like Magic and Bird.
It was him and then the Warrior too, and Andre.
I would say Ric Flair is the most known out of those.
That's fair. But I don't
And-
know. Hulk Hogan's pretty far up there too.
Yeah, he's a Clearwater, Tampa area resident. He's got a statue over there.
There
I
you
kid you not. But all I had to do is look this up. So Ric Flair and John Cena, 16-time world title champions, the most in the WWE history, tied. So that's it right there. John Cena is also the coolest. Hustle, loyalty, respect.
How was that
And-
cool? How was that cool? The Undertaker's cooler.
No, he's not. He's way
What?
uglier.
He's
When you hear the lights go on, you hear the
boom.
and the bells go off. Are you kidding? That's the most intimidating thing ever.
It's not as
He's
cool as
taking
Cena
care-
running into the ring with jorts on.
It's so dumb.
It is a little slide. It's awesome.
He was cooler when he was like the rapping guy.
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, his very early days.
Yeah, he was
I don't know
cooler.
what his
than-
name was. Didn't he have a different name?
Yeah, I think so.
Is
yeah.
it? I don't remember that. But
He's from Boston. There's a W.
Boston. But I mean, if we're judging off of wrestling careers,
Hold on, beer.
The Rock is better. If we're judging off of acting careers,
The Rock is better.
Stone Cold's even better than.
Well,
John.
the Rock's the highest paid actor in Hollywood, I believe. So I don't think anyone argues that. Rock's pretty awesome. Even he makes Fast and Furious watchable.
So, The Rock left the WWE, went and did The Scorpion King, which is like the worst movie arguably ever,
It is.
and then he came back to the WWE
and beat John Cena.
and beat John Cena. So, like,
I'm just saying who's the greatest ever. All I have to do is look at world titles and Cena's
but
tied
if
for
you
the
look
most.
up head-to-head matchups, John Cena loses.
Yeah.
So, what are you talking about here?
I'm looking at history. That's what I'm talking about.
You're obviously not looking at the right history.
I mean, I can make up random arguments like you are too. Like,
And then Connor, also, if you're judging off of like, oh, 2 finishing moves, People's Elbow, as I said before, not a finishing move. Also,
You're-
Undertaker, you got choke slam and then Tombstone pile driver. Those are both extremely effective.
Who calls the Tombstone pile driver? It's just called the Tombstone, man. Come on.
Well, that's the full name, Tombstone pile driver.
No, it's just the Tombstone.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
the correct
Anyway.
answer, Cena. He's a hilarious actor. I don't know what you guys are talking
He's
about.
the worst actor ever.
He's not terrible. I mean, he's
He's
in
terrible.
an acting
He's
sport.
terrible.
He has to act.
He wasn't bad. Well, okay, he's arguably the worst because I've heard like in live performances, he calls out his moves like really loud. He like screams them out. He's like, F5 right here.
You can't
Finish.
see him. You can't see him.
It's stupid. He's the worst.
He
I
helped
couldn't-
save the world with Bumblebee too, and now you're gonna make fun of him.
That movie was so bad. You have to agree.
I didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was that bad actually. It was better than some of the other ones.
Than the Transformers movies? I don't know about that.
I thought it was okay.
Transformers 1 was elite.
No, the one with the pyramids is the best.
Second one,
What's good?
Revenge of the Fallen. Nobody can hear you, by the way.
You can't hear me.
No, get it together over there.
Well, you were able to answer me, so how can you hear me? Or not hear me?
What? God, get it together. The fans expect better. We've been gone for so long, and this is what you give them?
Why are the fans critiquing me for not hearing me?
There you go. Now you're better. I can hear you. Speaking of dummies, Kyrie Irving thinks the earth is flat and just wants to start his own league. What is that about? I saw it and I was like, what?
That was very
I think
preposterous.
that goes against his entire point that he was making. Like NBA, basketball is going to take the emphasis off of this movement. So let's just play basketball not under in the NBA. It's like I thought the whole thing was just don't play basketball.
Well, yeah, I agree. And then he called somebody and was like crying because he was like,
Yeah, I think he called Steven Jackson.
okay, and because he wants to be like the leader, which is great. Like, good for you, but you start your own league, that seems like a drastic step. I think the NBA is pretty progressive in the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Very progressive, with the shirts that they wore, and then the Donald Sterling. I think they handled that perfectly, just banning him from basketball. So I think that they're in the forefront of that movement. So why would you not play for an organization that's been with the players and with the Black community? Why would you start your own?
I agree. I just think I think Kyrie maybe went about his approach a little wrong. I don't think his ideas are necessarily bad. I mean, the new league is a little out there. But the whole thing about not playing is on the outside it's a good idea, but what he kind of lacked at first was somewhat of a clear direction or a plan. He was kind of just saying, okay, do this. And then I think that's why it hasn't gained a major following. It's had a few with Avery Bradley and Dwight Howard and people like that. But my thing is Kyrie is it seems like he'll say one thing 1 minute and then kind of change his attitude the next minute when it gets pushback. It's not a bad thing because I still agree that I think he had a good idea with this. But I mean, you look at what he did kind of with the Celtics too, saying he was going to be there and then not. And then, God, hold on.
What's going on? You have a bomb or something?
Seriously.
All right. Well,
I'm back. So yeah, I don't think Kyrie deserves major pushback for necessarily voicing his opinion, but when you're going to voice your opinion, you got to be prepared for the kind of pushback, and you got to be prepared for making a plan if it's going to go. And at this point, it seems like the NBA is full steam ahead. And I think personally, I think all players playing is going to be such a major platform. There's not going to be any sports really going on right when the NBA comes back. Well, maybe. So yeah, I'm all for the players playing, but I'm biased and I'm a Laker fan.
you have the best chance for a ring, I feel like.
Yeah.
Maybe the Clippers, I don't know.
It's pretty even with the top three. And I would say the Celtics and the Raptors have somewhat of a good shot too, and the Rockets.
I thought, with just a quick note, I thought with Russell Westbrook going to the Rockets, I didn't think that was going to work, but it turns out it has.
I mean, he's going to be the beneficiary of getting so much months rest in between here in the playoffs because Westbrook always tires out. He's going to be so healthy, and he already goes all out. So it's looking good for Mr. Triple Double, as they say.
Well, speaking of leagues, Major League Baseball. What a
Perennial
shit
dumpster
show.
fire.
What a
That's
shit show the past 2 weeks have been with the players and Rob Manfred and the Twitter leaks and all that good stuff. So what are we doing here? Rob Manfred, clown, number one.
Parker can
We
go
all-
first here. He's
Okay.
I hate this guy. Okay? Like, I don't know. I mean, I still have a little bit of hope considering Bud Selig had the big old not walkout. Or essentially they had a
Strike.
yeah.
Yeah.
In 95, like right when he started, like within his first couple years of being commissioner. And then he went on to commish the next like 20 years and he was fine. So maybe every commissioner has their shit and then they'll get over. But like this guy is the worst. I compared him yesterday to a greedy Toby Blenderson. He's just like he's on the side of the owners through and through. I don't think he's done anything ever in the favor of players. He fines everyone for wearing cleats that aren't necessarily the color of the team, and he just goes in to nitpick and make baseball not fun. And at this point, it's like when people are bored, they need to take their minds off stuff. And he's saying, no, I'm not gonna like start a season because the owners aren't gonna make money. That's just greedy. Just because like people are billionaires. If they lose a couple $1 million, so be it. They're already worth like $3 or $4 billion. Get over it. I hate this guy. I just hate it.
Did you guys see the video I sent to you guys last night?
Probably not.
the Pat McAfee one.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was fascinating to me.
Well, that's a real thing, 100%.
I know that's what that was fascinating. Parker, I'll basically explain it to you.
Yeah, you didn't send it to me, but
I did. That's okay.
Yeah, he did.
I don't
I
see
did.
it. So
Yeah, I did. Basically the organizations, they send out leaks to, there it is right there. Yeah. They send out leaks to the media and just so they can tweet it and just to see the reaction of what's happening. And so it's basically like they're leaking things on purpose just to see what fans are reacting to and how, and just to ease money problems and that kind of stuff. It's just all smoke and mirrors, and it's fascinating to watch because it's just all marketing.
yeah,
But
and I'm sorry. And like yesterday, like to see like all these like major league people saying like, oh, they're so close to a deal, they're gonna get it done, 60 games, prorated. And then to see the players union or players association or whatever come out and say, what? No. It's a tactic by Major League Baseball in order to like get the first word out there so that if the players debunk it, then the players are the bad guys and the players are the people holding up the season. Regardless, and it's, I don't know, it's a whole guilt trip type thing. Saying like, oh, it's already out there, we got to go with it.
so what's going on with the beeping over there, cuz?
It's fixed. It's fixed.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. It's in my,
What
it's
is
in my hand. It's in my hand now. It's just a stopwatch.
What?
It's going crazy. Anyways, so I'll jump in here. So clearly, none of us are a huge fan of Rob Manfred,
He's the worst.
but here's my thing, though. If we had Bud Selig as MLB commissioner right now, this exact same thing would be happening. No doubt. There's nothing otherwise that says that. And you look at Rob Manfred's background. If I'm correct, he's an ex-lawyer.
Yep.
So this makes sense why he's trying to side with the business standpoint and be very, I don't know, analytical might be the word for it, in his approach to this. So, yes, I want baseball to happen. But in my opinion, the players aren't doing anything to help this cause. They're not out here proposing how many games. The only thing they're caring about right now to me is a salary, if I'm correct. Every time I see something, the players are complaining about salary, and a lot of the people that have the platform to complain about the salary don't have any right to be complaining about the salary. It's the same thing as what people were saying with Kyrie and Dwight Howard. They were saying that well, if they're willing to give everything up, it's easy to say that when Dwight Howard's in like a $20 million mansion in Atlanta. I think Ed Davis, basketball player, he said that. So I see that same thing with a lot of the MLB players right now. It's just, to me, neither side is correct at all, but there's such a lack of communication and clarity among both sides that it's literally going to be just a thrown out proposal. And if the season goes, it's going to be interesting, might be the word.
But I mean, my outlook on the season is that MLB's not going to accept any offer that the players propose. It's going to be Rob Manfred and the owners getting the final say. If their final offer is a 55-game season or something like that, or if they have to force like the 48-game thing that they were talking about, players aren't going to go with it. I mean, they're saying tell us when and where. That's not going to happen. I don't think. But I mean, my thing is that, like, yeah, all the players that are making the real money are speaking out, so they're painting them in a bad light. Like if Bryce Harper who's supposed to make $30-some million this year, if he only makes a mere $12 million or something like that, that looks bad that he's like speaking out and stuff like that. But the people that you don't really hear about are the people that are on like the $500,000 contracts or something like
Cody
that.
Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger, well, no, he threw arbitration last
It was
year.
a joke.
It was a joke.
Okay, that's a good joke. Good little crack there.
Thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, the people that are making like $500,000, they're only going to make like $150,000, which obviously not the end of the world. There are a lot of people making a lot less than that, but I mean, it's just like you don't hear about those people because that just debunks like whoever's speaking out against it. That just debunks their point. But yeah, so I mean that's the thing that I have. It's just like
My other thing too is, so you look at the NBA and stuff. I wouldn't say it's gone smoothly in their approach, but it's definitely like progressively worked amongst the league office and the players union. I think one reason or one thing that the MLB has a major problem with is not necessarily Tony Clark himself, but without having a current player as your president of the players union and stuff like that. Yes, you're speaking for the players, but
you're not in their shoes.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you look at Chris Paul. He's been the head of the players union for a while in the NBA. Everyone knows that, and he's able to like communicate their message to the league office. There goes the beeping again. So yeah, I just think there's a lot of core problems like within Major League Baseball right now, going back to salary caps, without having a salary cap, allowing owners to pay however much money they want. I mean, there's people like Bryce Harper who bat 260 that make more money than LeBron James. You can't even say like that's reasonable with a straight face. It's nuts.
Yeah, but I mean that's like the one guy. That's the one overrated guy. I mean, Mike Trout.
I mean, Manny,
Trevor Bauer needs to
there's
shut the hell up.
I would say the upper 70% of Major League Baseball players that have massive contracts do not deserve to be making more money than LeBron or Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson or people like that. No way.
Yeah.
You look at Mike Trout, you look at Cody Bellinger, you look at Christian Yelich. I think those upper tier Mookie Betts, people like that, yes, but 400, 300 million, it's ridiculous.
It's tough.
To be fair, hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports. And
yeah,
to do it at that high a level, though, I feel like there is an argument. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying there is an argument to be made that yes, maybe they do earn that money.
Yeah.
There definitely is an argument because it is the hardest thing to do in sports. But
and to that, I would just say, well, let's look at Major League Baseball's revenue compared to the NBA and the NFL of the past 5 years.
Because other people besides us three don't understand why baseball is so difficult. I feel like they're not educated enough. I'm not saying that they're dumb. I'm just saying I'm the same way with soccer. I'm sure that there's stuff going on with soccer. I don't get it. But a lot of people that I talk to are the same way about baseball.
I
Like,
mean,
they
all
just-
sports are hard in some capacity. Hitting a base,
But yeah, hitting a baseball is hard. But football, like, that's enjoyable to watch. Baseball is enjoyable to watch because of the little things, but people don't pick up on those things.
Yeah.
That's why.
because it's a slow sport.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's so is soccer, and people watch soccer.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Soccer, I don't know. I mean, if it's like a 0-0 game, then like
Even
yeah.
1-0. Like,
But-
you get that 30 seconds when they score, and then boom, you're back to just kicking the ball around.
I wouldn't
Like
say
hockey-
soccer is a slow sport.
Yeah,
I mean-
I'm not going to come out and speak out against soccer because like the average soccer player runs like 6 miles a game or something like
Yeah.
that. Most of the time at a full sprint. So, I mean, I don't know, definitely respectable, but I mean, go for it.
No, go for it, dude. You're rambling on.
No, you were about to say you stepped in and said
Well, I was gonna move on.
Okay. Well,
All right.
just to get the little final word in on this, Adam Silver is the poster boy of commissioners at this
Yeah,
point.
he's been.
Rob Manfred makes Roger Goodell look like a superstar.
Yeah. Yes, he does.
And it is just an absolute shame what he's doing with the sport.
Free
Because, like-
Brady, fire Goodell.
He's supposed to come in here and make baseball great again or something like that. He's supposed to make baseball fun for other people to watch who aren't necessarily baseball fans, but keep the baseball fans that are already there.
If I'm being honest, I don't see that happening. The way the MLB is going right now, there's nothing that tells me that older fans eventually are going to pass. They're going to lose that whole demographic right there. And young people don't care about baseball compared to young fans of professional sports. I shouldn't say young people as in like youth sports or high school sports. But in terms of watching professional baseball, nobody cares. Well, shouldn't say nobody. Should avoid an all or nothing statement. But many people, I would say, do not care about watching baseball in comparison to football. Not all, but we can just look at
the
numbers
thing
for
that
that.
he's emphasized so much, like in his time of commissioning, in his tenure, it was like,
There we go.
yeah, thank you. Was that like, oh, we're gonna get a new generation of baseball fans. We're gonna make it so enjoyable. But he hasn't done any. He just punished the players for doing fun things, and then said,
What, like cheating? He barely even
He
punished
didn't-
them.
He didn't even punish them for that.
Yeah.
He took
Talking
$5
more
million
clean.
away from them. That's nothing.
I agree.
And the Dodgers, turns out the Dodgers got more of a punishment than the Astros did. Like
This
not
is true.
not being able to have Mookie Betts play.
I
You think-
love it. It's such a Dodger thing, though. You know, this is like your year. This is like
Yeah.
your year. It's your year to lose, and you're not even gonna be able to play.
It
I
is-
think it'll
great.
happen. I still think a shortened season will happen.
Such a
I
Dodger
don't
thing
think
to
it will
do, though.
because either side is going to be somewhat petty, rightfully so, on the players' side. And like, if the player, like, at this point, I kind of want the players to strike because I mean, Major League, like, I don't know, I'm just so against corporate greed. Ugh.
And yet he wants to go in the corporate world.
This has nothing to do with decision making. It's just looking at numbers.
You're looking at corporate world numbers. Okay.
Oh,
So-
last thing, Connor, you've had some takes about Trevor Bauer later or recently. You wanna share?
That guy needs to shut up, dude. Just shut up. Like, I'm all for branding yourself. The videos of him in the desert are hilarious.
Yeah.
Especially the one with Jose Ramirez. That was hilarious to watch. I enjoyed it. His breaking point stuff. But, like, relax, dude. Like, I get it. You're
Like when he said Rob in the tweet like 50 times.
No, you wouldn't do that, Rob, would you? You wouldn't do that, Rob, would you? Shut the hell up, you buffoon. You pitch for the Reds, number one. Number two, like,
He had like a 4 or something ERA last year.
Yeah. just stop. It's just like, you're making it worse, but, like, I get it. You're against it. Just say, I don't like the proposal. Like, Andrew McCutcheon is perfect. He just says LOL, and we all know what he's talking about. But you go into detail and, like, why the fans don't care how it gets done. They just want it to get done.
Well, I care how it gets done. It's got to be fair.
I don't.
Why?
Why?
Why do you care how it gets done?
At this point, the players sign contracts to make a certain amount of money, and I understand they're not going to play the full 162 games. They should be able to make the money of the games that they play, essentially. Full pro rating.
Basically, Trevor Bauer is throwing a pity party because he's not getting paid. And he wants his friends to get paid. So he's putting it out on Twitter so the fans feel bad for the players, and he's sucked you in already.
That's what Major League Baseball is doing. That's what Major League Baseball is doing. They're putting all these announcements out. He's
already sucked you in, which is what he's trying to do. He's trying to make you feel bad for the players.
I don't even read his tweets, but
that's a lie. You've sent so many tweets to me, it's ridiculous.
Not from him.
From Momentum, which is his company.
I don't follow Momentum. No. Okay. So essentially, that's what Major League Baseball is trying to do. They're putting all these proposals out first to make the players seem like greedy, or to make them seem painted in a bad light when they like turn them away.
Yeah, it's the exact same thing the players union's doing.
Okay. Yeah.
That's exactly what Trevor Bauer's doing.
Yeah.
He's just making MLB look bad. If you watch the video that I sent you, the guy explains that they put those tweets out just as a warning, saying this is what we're going to propose to you. And so, like, they can reject it. It moves faster. That's what the guy said. But because you're reading his tweets and you're sucked into the Trevor Bauer thing,
I'm not, though.
You are, though. Like, you're using the same points he is. The same exact points. Like, you feel bad for the players, which is fine.
Yes, I do.
But it's like, at this point, just get it done. I don't care how it gets done. Just get it done so I can watch baseball again. I don't care about the prorated salaries. Like, dude, you make millions of dollars anyway.
So that's the point I was making earlier. You hear about all these people making all this money, but you don't hear about the people that aren't really making a whole lot.
I bet that those players are saying, get it done, I just want to play. Fair?
And I would say you look at all the other Americans that are being laid off right now, and you're going to be complaining about getting any money.
Well,
that's all. Right. That's all it is. It's just the medium is the message.
Because the major league players that are making the millions of dollars are holding back the minor league players from playing. That's what's happening right now.
I don't think that's a thing, though.
That is absolutely a thing because they're part of the players' union. So because Trevor Bauer and Max Scherzer, they don't want to play for less than money that they're owed, which is fine. They have a contract, whatever. But they're hindering the other guys that are in the lower levels, which you came up with. They're not getting to play because the upper guys aren't getting paid. So that's just selfish by the major league players that are getting paid millions of dollars to play. But they're saying, oh, we don't want to play, and then now the minor league players don't get to play.
What it seems to me is just at the end of the day, if you're going to keep saying that, like, meet us when and where or whatever, but then you're still worrying about all the season and the salary stuff like that, then play or don't play. It's really that simple at the end of the day.
Well, it's just that I feel like the players' union has sent back so many different offers, and they've been turned down so many times, but Major League Baseball has just sent back the same, or essentially the same offer like 5 times, just telling the players it's this or it's not going to happen. Which the 60-game proposal was the first thing that was like different that the MLB's sent back ever.
So just take
like, they're saying it's like, oh, it's my way or the highway. But yeah, so that's what I have a problem with. It's just that MLB's not budging at all. The players sit down, make all these proposals that are different, and like they're getting free and stuff like that.
But this goes back to what Connor's saying about a lot of people like feeling bad for the players all of a sudden like that. There's no difference right now between the owners and the players right now on both sides. They're both at fault here.
Except
They're both
the
sending
owners want
equally.
billions of dollars.
They both want millions of dollars.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. So the players want millions of dollars, and the owners want to keep their millions of dollars.
Billions.
That's what's happening. It's a money game at this point. It's
Yeah.
not about the game anymore. It's just all about money, which is
But that's why
tarnishing
the
game.
players are saying tell us when and there, or when and where, because it makes it seem like it's not a money game, but it is. That's
It's
why they're
all
not
about
playing
money.
right now.
It's just
Yep.
it doesn't make no sense. All right, well we got a minute left, and then
Does it make no sense? Good sentence.
it'll make no sense. I have 13 minutes before I have to get ready for work. So
All right, we'll come back with a quick segment then.
All right.
Okay.
Man.
okay, so we're back. We have Parker and I have a weekly golf match. Pierce Parker goes, friend of the show, and then Nick Fioria goes as well.
Friend of the
Um,
show.
Friend of the show, indeed. So we go and we golf at Westlake Golf Course. Play 18 holes. We have a little bet. Front 9, back 9, $10 each. Okay. Last time, or 2 times ago. Oh, okay.
40
First
over.
time when we went, I blew Parker out of the water.
Oh yeah, it was crazy. 40
Okay.
over par right here. I don't
Then
have
the
a
second
score
time we
card.
went, I blew Parker out of the water again.
I was 38 over par. So at that point, I was like, if I lose 2 strokes per week, then it's going to take me a couple weeks, but I'm going to get there.
And then last
Beautiful.
week, he just decides to become like Brooks
Tiger
Koepka
Woods.
and just smokes his driver every time. It was unbelievable.
23
Hunter, is
over
this-
par. I consistently drove like 270 yards. I used my little watch thing. No cap, bro. I did. On the third hole, it
That
was
toxic.
I think 375. And then I just smashed my driver. And then I
Smashed
got-
like through the
That's the
club
only
like
thing.
someone else?
No.
We'll
I
get to that
smashed
later.
it.
We'll get to that later.
But see, I used my little Apple Watch here. It's got the stock market on there because I'm an economist. But no, I use my watch where like I got this app where it tracks you and tells you how far you are away from the pin. So T-box, check it, like 375 or so. I hit the drive of my life, darn near. With keep in mind I have a $50 driver. And then drive up on my little golf cart to my ball, check my thing, 105 yards, 270 yards. Are you joshing me? And then that same hole, chip the ball in because I'm a man.
For par. So
For par.
for par. So it took him 3 shots, or it took him 2 shots to chip in. Or 3 shots to chip in, sorry.
You hit a
So
ball.
the drive was 1, and then he duffed a chip, and then made the chip in. So like it should have been a
Oh.
birdie.
Any means
so-
possible, Connor. You hit a ball over the net that was like 20 yards away.
Okay, so let's just
Connor smashed his
hey
putter
hey hey hey.
about 3 inches into the
My
ground.
story.
And
My
then the
story.
next swing, he threw his club into the net.
My story. Okay. So I have a 2-stroke lead going into 17
Part of my life.
or 16. Sorry, 16. Parker makes the putt of his life from like 30 feet away. Goes in. Okay, cool. Now you just fall apart. I like 4 putt. I'm pissed. So I do a little smash. I was upset. So I did a little, Hulk smash with the putter.
You
On a
don't
green?
get momentum.
Not on the green. No.
Okay.
I'm not an idiot.
But
You
right
get
in
kicked
front
for
of
that.
right in front of the groundskeeper.
I don't care. He didn't say a word. Okay. So then he comes up to me and he's like puffing his chest. He's smirking. He does this little smirk. Yeah, like that. I was like, go hit. Get out of my.
The hole before that, I parred the par 5. And then I said, I just gained 2 strokes. And Connor's like, oh, we got 5 holes to go. And then I tie him. And then the next hole, I take the lead. And he 4 putts.
And then we get to 17, which is like it's a 105-yard par 3. I take my wedge and I hit it, and it goes way right. onto the freeway pretty much.
It was the weakest drive I've ever seen.
No, it was hit well. It just was not
Oh, what? Okay. All right, go for it.
hit well. And as soon as I saw it going over the net, I just kind of chucked the club into the net.
In
'Cause
one,
I was a little upset.
Oh, it was into the net?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you chucked it at the ground.
No.
well,
no.
you did before.
I hit the
putter.
putter into the ground.
Yeah.
But the
So
wedge
you're out
went
here
in the,
throwing clubs?
yes. We
That's not how we
discussed.
play.
I parred 3 holes in a row. I'm the man.
Parker,
He's the
what's
only
the
guy-
overall score between you two?
2-1 would be
That's
the.
what I thought. That's what
Okay, well, I'm
I'm
the
talking an
baddest
awful
boy
lot for
by
winning
far.
one match.
Act like you've been there before, huh?
I'm the baddest boy. in
Act
the
like you've been there
world.
before.
This is new territory for me, man. I haven't been here in like a year and a half. So,
Okay, well, I'll see you on Tuesday.
yeah, we will. You won't see my drives, though, because it'll be too far down the fairway, though.
Parker,
Wow.
can we just talk about like the 2 weeks before? Like I outdrove you with my little three
Yeah,
hybrid.
can we just talk about when you started T-ball and you weren't good at baseball? This
What?
is a new me.
What?
I'm good now.
What did that have to do with anything?
That was the worst metaphor I've ever heard.
Don't talk about the past. We're in the present.
Well, both were in the past.
So act like you've been there before.
If we're talking about the present, you're 1 and 2, which is under 500.
I'm
You
here.
stink.
A year ago, the Nationals were like 9 and 17 or something.
Oh, it's a year ago. It's the past.
I'm gonna be honest.
You're
If I
digging yourself into a grave. Farther and
you guys
farther.
are so eager on talking about the past,
I'm
then
not. I'm
No,
talking
you're-
about the
you
present
are.
right now. Yeah.
You're 1 and 2.
well, if I am like the Nationals, then I will be on top of the golf world by November.
Okay.
Long time.
I guess we'll see. We'll see next week. And when I play the round of my life, and
You won't though. I have all the confidence in the world right now on the golf.
that's fine.
What course is this?
Westlake.
We played it last year.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Connor, on the 18th hole, Connor got so desperate he took the big dog out, the driver.
That's true.
That's
I
not
didn't
a
get
you
desperate.
thing. You're more of a 3-wood or a
Guy hits
What's it,
missile with 3-wood. I'm gonna
what's the
get
other
a
thing you
3-wood
use all the
within next
time?
Couple days.
what else do you use all the time?
3-wood,
I use
chip wood,
Use
putty
like
wood.
3 clubs.
No,
Sorry,
I
man.
use other clubs. I use the other clubs. It's just off the tee. I only use the 3 hybrid. I hit absolute piss missiles with it.
Into the lake?
No.
No, not into the lake. I haven't hit a ball into the lake with the 3 hybrid yet. All the
Nice.
times we've been playing. So,
I can't talk. I'm not good at golf, and I don't claim to be.
well, neither are we.
Yeah.
No, I'm great at golf.
Yeah,
You
Parker's
shot
Parker's
23
got an
over.
app on his Apple Watch that tracks it. He's
I'm
good.
Legit. I'm legit.
Okay, well, we'll keep you updated next week.
I'm gonna win.
I'm gonna blow this fool out of the water.
We're gonna be even next week.
No.
Yep.
No. Can we just talk about how bad Pierce is, though?
Well, no,
that just
no, no.
Man, you're gonna take a shot at a
That
person
needs
that's
to
not
be
even
addressed.
here.
That needs to be
The 2 weeks before Tuesday, he beat me twice. So it was like his first 2 rounds, like in the history of ever. So
let's just he talks the biggest game. Like I'll get Snapchats from him, like he's at the driving range. He's like, I'm coming for you on Tuesday. And he's just like not even close. Like he falls apart in like the 9th hole, usually. It's usually the 9th hole where it's like the little par 3 and it's got a lake in the middle. He just gets so far into his head and he's like cussing at himself. And I feel bad for the guy. And then he's like, and then he gets like a glimmer of hope. He's like, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. And then he just shits the bed again. And it's hilarious to watch. And Nick just makes fun of him the whole time. It's great.
Golf's a hard sport.
It is a hard sport. I like the
It's
ball
not
when it's
fun.
moving.
it's a confidence game. Definitely is. Which is good.
Okay.
We'll see you on Tuesday, big
Yeah,
guy.
we'll see out there.
What are the odds right now?
I win.
I'm gonna win.
bet. Oh,
I would put Parker, since he's the most recent winner and he claims to be talking about the past the whole time. I'll put him at odds of like 5-1. Connor's at 7-1.
That's fine. I'll put $100 down.
no, I'm not.
Put some real money down, big guy.
Me? I'm not putting money on you guys
I'll
golfing.
I'll
Not
put
you.
the $10 that you gave me on Tuesday down.
and then I'll put the $10 that you gave me the week before down.
The past 2 weeks before.
We
No,
didn't bet the
didn't put
first
money
game.
on the first game, I don't think.
So is it when are you guys gonna golf another course though? That will be the real test.
We gotta go to like River Ridge.
That's fine.
Well, I
Whatever.
can't- That was a hard course. I will poo the bed on that one.
Because my little 3-wood is a fairway finder. That's what.
Yeah.
That's the nickname.
Doesn't go left, doesn't go right, just goes.
It's a fairway finder. It's just right down the middle, 210 yards typically. and we're-
270 here.
Yeah, but you're using a big boy driver.
That
Have you
was
seen?
$50.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, we'll play. Maybe we'll go play that Olivia's Links in Ventura. That was fun.
I'm gonna be working a lot less here in like 3 weeks or something like that. So
Well, I still work 6 days a week, so.
Crimea River.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Connor.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you just have to microwave food, man.
Like Little Caesars has good quality food. Is that what you're saying?
We use an oven, man.
It's the worst pizza in the pizza franchise, in
It
my
is,
opinion.
But we don't have a microwave.
Neither do we.
I bet.
You got an oven.
Got an oven. Got a fryer. Got a flat top.
I can't lie, Chili's delivered last time.
See what I mean? I actually made some dank quesadillas the other day. Fun fact, I put some bell peppers, some onions, some spinach in there. It's kind of gas. I'll have to make it for you next time you get quesadillas.
Is it is the joint open today?
No,
joint?
Yours.
Yeah. Oh
You're
yeah, we're
basically
open.
the owner.
We're open, dude. I'll be there, and I gotta be there in 27 minutes.
All right, we'll give 2 minutes before we have to go then.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm working to go all day today, from 12 till probably like 8:30. I'll be there.
Fair
Feel
enough.
free to call in. Whatever.
All right. Any closing stuff from Parker? I'm just gonna show the scorecard.
That's it.
Oh, fun fact. Did you tell Kabasi that because Kabasi was chirping me on Tuesday?
No, I didn't say. I put it on my story. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, he said that you beat me. So
Oh yeah, and then my streaks. I said I beat Connor Mullen in golf today.
yeah, all of a sudden,
Well, I just had to make it clear that I'm a natural born winner.
natural born Warner.
I said winner.
Isn't it weird how like some people only talk when they've won, but then when they're losing or it's tied, they don't at all.
I'll give you that. I don't think I can do that. But this is the start of a dynasty here. I'm
You
not
won one
stopped.
tournament. You won one game.
And one course. That's more important.
Yeah, well, you got to start somewhere.
You got smoked at Sierra Hada.
That was my first game in like 6 months.
That's like Mig's home turf. Tirada.
Oh, 2 days.
Choo-choo. All aboard.
Okay. All right, bud.
All aboard the excuse train.
Okay, bud. Well, I'm back. Tuesday wasn't a fluke, and we're gonna win more. So,
We'll have to live tweet it from the Twitter.
oh, I'm not doing that.
Coward.
I have the winner's mentality where I can't have distractions.
This guy.
I can't.
This guy's so bad. This guy's so toxic. It's ridiculous.
You should just, when you guys golf next time, when he's about to swing, just say, jackass, and he'll get thrown off.
I have humble roots.
Yeah, you're acting real humble.
Yeah, you're
Well, rightfully so, because I won. I'm a winner.
one game out of 3.
One game.
Match. If you
Match,
guys
same
call
thing.
fans, it would be a match.
All right. Well, I'll see Parker on Tuesday. I'm gonna go buy a red polo because that's how serious I am.
Yeah. Black pants, too.
Black pants. Yeah. I might go buy some black slacks just because.
You know,
I'll be lucky.
I have no problem with that.
I'll even get like a Tiger Woods hat, like the Nike hat.
Well, you see, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna tuck my shirt in on Tuesday. That's how serious I am.
I already do that every
Ew.
time I go.
Yeah, well, you miss tee shots, so
I don't really hit the ball ever. So
You
again,
had one good shot. I remember it was on the first hole. Like your drive sucked, and then you hit one onto the green. I was like, oh, maybe he's gonna be good. And then after,
as you've said, blind squirrel finds an acorn from time to time.
blind acorn finds a squirrel.
I corrected myself.
I know. It's a
all
silly.
right. Well, I'm gonna go to work. If anybody wants to come into Chili's and say hi, I'll be there. It's probably gonna be
Shout
slow
out
today.
Chili, Simi Valley,
Chili's Simi Valley. Yeah, that's us.
friends of the show.
End of the show.
All right, adios. See you next time. We don't know when it'll be, but we're back.
We're back. The boys are back.
Yes, sir. This is a TBBH show.